What if I told you that a small silver 1 Rand coin from 1969, a coin you could easily mistake for pocket change, has made collectors lose their minds and sparked a hunt across South Africa and beyond? A coin so rare, so mysterious, that it has been valued at hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars in private sales. Yes, the 1969 South African presidency TE1 Rand coin has become one of the most talked about and sought-after coins in the country's history. And by the time you finish listening to this, you'll understand why people are still searching for this hidden treasure in drawers, boxes, and old coin albums, hoping to strike gold. The story of the 1969 1 Rand coin begins during a fascinating time in South African history, a time of transition, political pride, and national symbolism. The Rand had only been introduced less than a decade earlier, replacing the British pound in 1961. South Africa was eager to establish its own identity, its own monetary system, and its own symbols of sovereignty. Every Rand coin minted in those early years wasn't just currency, it was a piece of national heritage. But the 1969 1 Rand coin stands apart from all others because of one incredible detail. It was part of a special presidential commemorative minting, known among collectors as the Presidency TE issue, linked to the term of South African President Theophilus Ebenhazer Donges, often abbreviated as TE. Though Donges never formally took office due to illness, coins bearing the Presidency TE1 Rand designation were prepared during this politically sensitive period. This makes the 1969 issue extremely rare, so rare that only a handful of them were ever confirmed to exist. For collectors, this coin isn't just a piece of metal, it's a frozen moment in South African political history, an artifact from a presidency that almost was, and a symbol of what might have been. The 1969 1 Rand coin was minted in 80% silver, making it not only historically valuable, but also materially precious. On the reverse, it bears the famous springbok antelope leaping gracefully, a national icon representing pride and endurance. On the obverse, it carries the South African coat of arms, along with the year 1969. But certain versions of this coin, those linked to the presidential TE series, were struck with slightly different dies, resulting in tiny variations that experts say were meant to distinguish them from standard circulation coins. And that's where the story takes a shocking turn. Only a few proof and presentation versions of the 1969 Presidency TE1 Rand coin were ever struck, possibly fewer than 100 in total. Some were given to government officials, others to diplomatic guests, and the rest were never released publicly. Over the years, many of these coins disappeared, melted down for their silver, or lost to time. The few that remain have now reached legendary status among collectors. When one of these coins appeared at an auction in Europe, it made headlines worldwide. The bidding started modestly at around $5,000. But as collectors realized what was on offer, a genuine 1969 Presidency TE proof coin, the price skyrocketed. Within minutes, it soared past $250,000, then $500,000, before selling for over $1.1 million USD. A tiny silver coin, once worth just 1 Rand, now worth more than most people's homes. That sale alone cemented this coin's place in numismatic history as one of South Africa's rarest treasures. But why such obsession? Why would a simple 1 Rand coin hold this kind of power? The answer lies in its scarcity and story. The 1969 issue was the last silver Rand before South Africa began transitioning toward base metals. It marked the end of an era, literally the last breath of a time when the Rand coin contained real silver. On top of that, its association with a presidency that never officially materialized gives it a mystique unlike any other coin. It represents what could have been, a perfect storm of rarity, symbolism, and mystery. Collectors and historians alike are fascinated by the TE connection. According to coin experts, The TE1 Rand coins may have been part of a short proof run prepared by the South African Mint in honor of Dr. Theophilus Ebenhazer Donge's brief and symbolic role as president-elect. When he passed away before taking office, those proof coins were quietly archived, and most never saw the light of day. Over time, some were reportedly removed from the Mint's vaults or sold through private collections, giving rise to one of the greatest mysteries in African numismatics. People who have come across one of these coins often have no idea what they're holding. One story tells of a retired civil servant who discovered a 1969 silver rand among his late father's belongings. It looked like an ordinary coin, but the edge lettering and mint luster were unusual. After having it authenticated, he learned it was one of the ultra-rare presidency TE proof strikes. That coin later sold for nearly R1.8 million, changing his life overnight. Another tale comes from Durban, where a young collector bought an old coin album from a flea market for just R200. Inside, hidden among common coins, was a brilliant silver 1969 rand with a distinct proof finish and micro-detail differences around the coat of arms. After grading and verification, that same coin fetched over $300,000 USD at a private auction. These true stories have kept the legend alive and inspired countless treasure hunters to search their old family collections for the next big discovery. The 1969 1 Rand coin is also unique in its design quality. The proof versions, in particular, are masterpieces of minting precision. Under magnification, you can see the mirror-like background and frosted relief details on the springbok, traits found only on coins made for presentation. These coins were never intended for circulation. Each one was hand-polished, individually struck, and packaged in protective cases meant for government presentation sets. But somehow, a few escaped, and those few now command prices that defy belief. For collectors, the combination of historical meaning, limited mintage, and metal purity makes the 1969 presidency TE1 Rand one of the most desirable coins in African history. But its true power lies in the emotions it evokes, the sense that something so small can carry the weight of an entire nation's story. This coin isn't just silver, it's a relic of leadership, identity, and heritage. Now, if you're wondering whether you might have one, here's what to look for. Start by checking the year, 1969, and the material. Genuine silver coins will have a distinctive shine and weight. Look closely at the lettering and the coat of arms. The TE-proof coins have sharper details and slightly different font spacing, especially in the word Suid Africa. If your coin has a mirror finish or a double rim edge, you could be holding something extraordinary. But don't clean it or polish it. Cleaning can destroy the coin's original surface and cut its value drastically. Experts advise getting your coin graded by a professional service like NGC or PCGS, a verified Proof 69 or Proof 70 TE 1969. 1 Rand could instantly make you rich. Even ungraded but authentic examples have sold for tens of thousands of dollars in recent years, as global demand for rare South African coins continues to rise. It's astonishing to think that something minted over 50 years ago could still change lives today. But that's the power of numismatics. The study of coins isn't just about collecting, it's about uncovering history, wealth, and mystery. Each coin tells a story, and the 1969 presidency TE1 Rand tells one of the most powerful stories South Africa has ever known. This coin has become a symbol of hidden fortune. It proves that history can lie quietly in your hands, disguised as something ordinary. And who knows, maybe you've been holding one of these treasures without realizing it. So tonight, go through your drawers, old boxes, or inherited collections. Take a closer look at those silver coins. That simple 1969 1 Rand might just be worth a fortune. Remember, treasures don't always glitter like gold bars or diamonds. Sometimes they shine quietly in silver. And for those who know where to look, A single coin can tell a story worth more than money. If you enjoyed this shocking story and want to discover more rare and valuable coins from South Africa and around the world, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends and family. Someone you know might be sitting on $1 million treasure without even knowing it. Stay curious, keep searching, and remember, every coin has a secret, and sometimes that secret is worth millions.